Hello. Thank you for having me here for this event. My name is Fuyuki Goto, and I'm a retired science teacher in Japan. I live in Hokkaido. Hokkaido is about 600 kilometers north of Fukushima. Okay. On March 11th of last year, when the earthquake hit, I had to be in a medical clinic. As the earthquake was so common in Japan, and when the shooting started, it was not strange to us. Usually, an earthquake begins with very small vibrations, and building up to heavy shaking and then subsiding. And when I was a kid, I was very good at creating artificial earthquakes by shaking, sliding walls like this. And then my mother would always jump out of the living room with a bumper in her hand. So anyway, this time, we didn't feel any initial small vibrations, just big horizontal sways, and it lasted a long time. The whole building went silent. When a quake hits, there's not much you can do. You just stay still and wait for it to stop. This time the earthquake lasted almost 7 minutes. But it felt like an eternity to us. So we knew this quake was a big one, and it would bring huge damage to the areas near the epicenter, and of course it did. Today I'd like to talk about a few things which I think are unique to Japan. The cause of the Fukushima accident, Japan's nuclear safety myth, the nuclear village, and city. Okay. First, I'd like to show you a map of Japan. As you can see, we are standing on the land where the 4 major tectonic plates meet. And the Philippine Sea Plate and the Pacific Plate are slowly moving towards northwest towards Japan, and straight under the Eurasian and North American plates. And there are roughly 13 to 18 plates in the world, but we have 4 in Japan. So here slowly means about a speed of 6.5 to 8.5 centimeters per year. This makes Japan so unstable. And 20% of the world earthquakes over the magnitude 6 occur in Japan. In the last 10 years alone, we have had 16 earthquakes over magnitude 6. The March 11th earthquake was really massive, but we have to keep in mind that there is a potential to have even larger quakes in the future. Now let's look at Fukushima Daiichi accident. Last year on March 11th, 1 year ago, about pretty much at this time, in Japan, magnitude 9 earthquake followed by massive tsunami hit northeastern Japan and crippled Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant. This time is limited. I'll just give you an overview of the accident. Shortly after the quake hit, the controllers were automatically installed to the reactors, and chain reaction stopped. But the pipes and equipment were damaged extensively by the quake because if you look at the chart of apartments on the internet, it is so simple. But actually, so this is reactor building, and this is turbine building. So they are connected with numerous pipes and lines and tubes. So within the reactor building, there are thousands of pipes. So those two buildings, shake in different modes. So I'm sure that the earthquake caused lots of trouble. So among the damage to the electrical system was fatal. There was all power due to the collapse of electrical transmission towers, which is very tall. 20 meters tall towers are very all collapsed. And then 40 minutes later, there was a 15 meter tsunami hit. The tsunami damaged the backup electrical power sources, which are batteries and diesel generators. Most of the generators were placed in the basement. Naturally, they became flooded. the nuclear plants lost their cooling system. This eventually caused hydrogen explosions and reactor meltdowns. Now let's look at the Fukushima accident a little bit more closely. Here's a brief timeline of the accident. As you see, there are six reactors in Fukushima. The 1, 2, 3, unit 1, 2, 3 were in operation, and 4, 5, 6 were under inspection. And 4 defueled, which is kind of a medical checkup, and it's kind of overhauls. So, and there was no fuel in the reactors. But the 5 and 6 and the condition cold shutdown. And from the night of, look at the light, this one, 14th and 15th. From the night of the 14th to the 16th was a critical period in the accident. On top of 1, 2, 3 unit 2 reactor went into meltdown. So 3 reactors went into meltdown at the same time. And the pressure of the containment vessel, it's too small. So this is the reactor of the pressure vessel. The outside, this is the containment vessel. So pressure of the containment vessel at unit 2 went beyond its limit almost twice. And was about to explode at any moment. So to lower the pressure, they vented the steam, which contains radioactive substances, into the atmosphere. So at this point was a very crucial time, and I read that at some point in this period, the TEPCO company president thought of abandoning the plant. Because he was concerned about the workers' safety. But actually he did not, luckily. So after over 11 hours struggle, they managed to lower the pressure, and the worst case scenario was averted. In Fukushima Daiichi nuclear accident, compared to the damage to unit 1 to 4, units 5 and 6 weren't damaged so much. Why is that? Because units 5 and 6 are built apart from unit 1 to 4 and are located on a little higher ground. And they have an air-cooled diesel generator on the first floor, so they didn't need to pump up seawater. In units 1 to 4, unit 1 to 3 were in operation, and unit 4 was under regular inspection. So you might think unit 4 will be safer than others because it's not working. But if the cooling system failure had prolonged, it was unit 4 that would have been a bigger threat to the Fukushima plant. That's unit 4. So all the fuel, all the fuel rods were removed from the reactor and moved slowly into spent fuel pool. There are several candles there. And I think most of you know that spent fuel is not waste of candles. And the spent fuel doesn't mean waste. So nuclear partners always have medical checkup every 30 months. So every 30 months they shuffle the half waste or 1/3 waste. So there are lots of kind of different age of fuel there in the spent fuel. And several hundreds of spent fuel rods were very fresh and hot. Because they have no protection other than water. They are not protected by a pressure vessel and still containment vessel. It was quite fortunate, or maybe by sheer luck, that TEPCO could manage to cool down the reactor and the spent fuel rods under very severe conditions. We tend to focus on Fukushima Daiichi plant accident and water other plants, other nuclear plants in the area were also damaged by the earthquake or tsunami or both. For example, Fukushima Daiichi plant. This is Fukushima Daiichi. Okay. It extends right on the face scale. They are all here, to here. And there are 2 here and 3 here. Okay. For example, Fukushima Daiichi plant lost power supply from outside and on the verge of meltdown 3 out of 4 reactors because of plant failure. And it was kind of fortunate because of March was happened to be Friday, not weekends. So there are enough workers to maintain, to gather the failed reactors. But it took a long time to start the reactors. Togai Daiichi plant also lost power supply from outside, and one of the emergency diesel power supplies went down. On April 11th, due to a major aftershock, Higashidori nuclear power plants and Rokashi processing plant, it's on the north of Honshu, over there, lost power. Onagawa nuclear plant, which is in Miyagi-ken, so it's there, in the middle. Onagawa plant, no more power supply was down. So from this fact, we can conclude that nuclear power plants in Japan cannot withstand major earthquakes. Now Japan's nuclear power plants are earthquake-proof. This is why I believe Japan's so-called nuclear safety is a myth. Over several decades, Japan's nuclear establishment has devoted vast resources to consider the Japanese public of the safety and necessity of nuclear power. Bureaucrats made elaborate campaigns to advertise the safety of nuclear power plants. Plant operators built lavish and fantasy-filled PR buildings in the municipalities that accepted nuclear plants and have been giving huge amount of subsidies. On the island in Hokkaido, we have one nuclear power plant which is located about 100 kilometers away from my town. I visited the village tomorrow last year. Tomorrow's plant is one of the 2 out of 54 nuclear power plants that are still running in Japan now. The other 52 are now under safety inspection. And maybe by the end of next month, there will be 0 nuclear power plants will be working. Tomorrow is a little fishing village with about 2,000 people. There's a fancy nuclear power plant, PR buildings with fancy swimming pool, and there's a nice new stadium arena, and there are, of course, no industries. It was such a shame I didn't do swimming class. The politicians pushed through their textbooks with friendly views of nuclear power. The result was the widespread belief called nuclear power safety myth. The public has come to believe that Japan's nuclear power plants are absolutely safe. The creation of nuclear myth is largely due to the nuclear power plant villages. The nuclear village is a nickname for tight circle of government officials, manufacturers, scientists, and others involved in the promotion of nuclear power plants. In Japanese, we say Genpatsu Mura. Genpatsu is the abbreviation of nuclear power plant, and Mura means village. Mura also refers to a small close community. In the village, politicians receive donations from power companies, power companies dispatch employees to government bodies to deepen relations with bureaucrats. After retirement, bureaucrats are given very cushy jobs at power companies. Scientists receive funds from power companies. The nuclear village of Gary started to grow after 1973 oil crisis. Since then, planning and construction of nuclear plants are promoted and accelerated under the ban of energy security. Until then, Japan was rather cautious about developing nuclear plants. It is quite natural, as Japan is the only country in the world that experienced influence. When Japan began to launch nuclear power, In order to make unsafe, the government established two organizations, Proximity Atomic Energy Commission, AEC, as an accelerator, and Nuclear Safety Commission, NSC, as a brake. One pushes forward with nuclear energy programs, the other is kind of watchdog. And the accelerator was supposed to obey brakes regulations, whatever they are. So in the beginning, with only a handful of power plants to regulate, the system worked well. But as the number of power plants increased, the brakes slowly became less effective. In 2001, the Nuclear and Industry Safety Agency, NISA, USA, was born as a double-check agency of the brake. NISA is supposed to be a regulator, but is placed under the Ministry of Industry and Trade, or MIT, MIT. MIT is a promoter of nuclear power plants. We have the brake for regulator and the accelerator for promoter. Lastly, I'd like to talk about SPEED. SPEED is an acronym for the System for Creation of Environmental Emergency Dose Information. Yes, I can say it, it's too long. So SPEED is a computer system that gives prediction of radiation after a nuclear accident. It's designed to speedily calculate the dispersal of radioactive substances emitted in the air to help the state and local governments in their disaster preparation measures. But the government did not release the speedy data immediately to the Japanese public, while returning over to the US government instead. Even today, we don't know who was responsible for this. So I'll just quote what the director of Nuclear Safety Research Center said. He said, if the system has no information at the time when the radiation material is released and quantity dispersed, SPEED can predict nothing more than wind direction. But the wind direction would have been enough to let people know which way to escape. The government didn't take SPEED at all and made a concentric circle like this, concentric circle of the evacuation zones. As all you know, the radiation doesn't spread dispersed evenly like this. So because of this, 80,000 people, let me explain. So this chart is not, the brown and the green color part is not our speed. We couldn't get the speed data. So this is a data of the cesium on the soil. So it's obvious that because cesium spread over the suburb. So anyway, and because of this, 8,000 people who lived the downwind side outside of Stockholm received unnecessary dose of radiation. And the meteorological agency also predicted the dispersal of radioactive substances based on the wind data they were collected. They reported the prediction data to International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, but didn't release it to Japanese public either. Unfortunately, I have no conclusion at this point, because there is still much uncertainty about the situation, and the Fukushima accident was not being contained yet. We have opened the Pandora's box, a box of nuclear power. From the box, lots of problems have emerged, like chain reactions. Think about this, there are over 400 reactors in the world, and over 60 reactors are under construction. One big nuclear power plant failure can affect the whole world, one way or another. Radiation is carried by the wind and sea currents. This planet no longer has any areas that can be regarded as far away when nuclear power plants are concerned. We are connected somehow. Thank you.